Responding to a petition and also to the worsening air pollution in Delhi, the Supreme Court had in 1998 directed that all the buses, taxis, and auto rickshaws will have to switch to compressed natural gas or CNG. The Apex Court had also ordered the setting up of 70 CNG stations to meet with the increased demand. After initial hiccups, which included a waiting time of over 10 hours at CNG stations, the national capital finally took the leap of faith, and by 2021, it claimed to have the cleanest public transportation system. Apart from the reduced pollution, another big reason for vehicle owners for switching to CNG was the huge difference in operating cost of the vehicle. But over the years, the gap has narrowed down substantially. On Saturday, the central government slashed central excise duty on petrol by 8 rupees per litre and on diesel by 6 rupees a litre, providing much needed relief to households that have been hit by 8-year high inflation. The same day, Indraprastha Gas, which retails CNG in the national capital and adjoining cities, hiked the fuel's price by 2 rupees per kg to 75.61 rupees. This was the 13th increase since March 7. In all, the CNG price has risen by 19.6 rupees per kg or 35% during this period. And in the last 1 year, prices have increased by 32.21 rupees per kg or 60% according to data compiled by news agency PTI. Indraprastha Gas Managing Director Sanjay Kumar said the prices are likely to remain elevated in the near future due to high international prices of natural gas. Similarly, Mahanagar Gas, which supplies CNG to Mumbai and its suburbs, increased the MRP of CNG by 4 rupees per kg on April 30th to 76 rupees. While hiking retail prices, Mahanagar Gas cited historically high cost of regasified LNG, which is being blended with domestic gas to offset the shortfall in the availability of domestic gas for CNG and PNG segments. The company also cited the rise in prices of locally produced gas. The center had raised the price of locally produced gas from old fields for April to September to a record high of $6.1 per million metric British thermal units, an increase of 110% from $2.9 per MMBTU. But Mahanagar Gas said that the revised prices still offered savings of about 57% and 27% as compared to petrol and diesel respectively at the current price levels in Mumbai. The Maharashtra government had on April 1st reduced the value-added tax on CNG from 13.5% to 3%, providing relief of 6 rupees per kg, but the relief was short-lived. Following the recent fuel price relief, the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers said the auto industry is keenly looking forward to similar support on CNG prices in order to help the common man facilitate public transport and enable a cleaner environment. For instance, Delhi's public transport, including cabs, autos, taxis and buses, is majorly CNG driven. Around 1 lakh auto rickshaws and a similar number of taxis are currently plying in Delhi, which levies no VAT on CNG. Various auto rickshaw, cab and taxi unions have been demanding a hike in fares and slashing of CNG prices to offset the impact of rising fuel prices.
The first point to be noted is that that of late the domestic gas prices has more than doubled in the first half of fiscal, and with the international price of gas going really high amid the Ukraine tension and other factors, I think this is reflective in the H1 pricing, and which is expected to increase further in the second half. So as per the analysis, it could reach around $8.5 per MMBTU. So I think there are two more components. One is the excise, which sits at 14% on the basic gas price, and then you have the respective state VATs also. So in case the government it is very keen in promoting at a clean fuel, I think it can be seen that where you reduce your excise component, 14% component on CNG, I think that will be a relief. Along with the necessary state government can also cut on the necessary VAT. The industry has been very, very vocal about that natural gas should be brought under the ambit of GST. While CNG of late has been growing very good, it has been a fuel which has not only be a preferred fuel in the metros, but also in the B and C categories, B and C tier cities also. Let us say case of IGL. IGL per se will only have a marketing margin that it will have, which would be not a very huge component. A marketing margin will also cover their entire operational cost of delivering the gas, the safety norms, and all other necessary infrastructure that is required to deliver the fuel. If you put a pressure more on the distribution companies like IGL or MGL or the new ones who have been awarded under 9th, 10th round, they have been spending a huge capex in terms of spreading their networks. And any cut in their marketing margins or in their operation cost would definitely hit their overall margins, both at the top line and the bottom line also. Another factor which government can look forward going terms, that which anyways it passes on for some power customers, is that the more of LNG, that's the liquefied natural gas which sits in the kitty going forward. In case the custom duty is also reduced to certain percent, I think these small tits and bits will give a relief to the end consumer in terms of the end pricing, reduction in the end pricing.
And why should consumers expect a breather on the CNG front?
While government has been very forthcoming in reducing the prices for the excise in both petrol and diesel, I think CNG is a fuel which is a common span fuel. It has been widely used now, as I said, not only in metro city but other cities also. And any positive direction by the government will be definitely encouraging the use of CNG as a clean fuel.
PTA reported in April that the oil ministry has stopped making fresh allocation of natural gas from domestic fields to the city gas sector, leading to a hike in CNG and piped cooking gas prices to record levels. Despite a decision of the cabinet to give 100% gas supply under no-cut priority to the city gas distribution sector, current supplies are at March 2021 demand level. While the demand has grown at a rapid pace in cities with CNG networks, the lack of fresh allocation from domestic fields meant that operators bought imported liquefied natural gas at prices that were at least 6 times the domestic rate. Among the ways in which the government can help CNG users include cutting the excise on the fuel and reducing customs duties on LNG. States on their part can consider a reduction in VAT as natural gas prices are expected to stay elevated. Such relief would not only benefit CNG vehicle owners, including taxi and auto rickshaw operators, but it would also signal the government's positive attitude towards cleaner fuels.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.